Howdy guys, Cub here. Welcome back to Minecraft 1.14. This is once again Snapshot 19w08a, and we're back today because there have been some new things discovered about brown mushrooms. One of the most important of which is that you can actually get brown mushrooms in survival. Let me show you how. So, let's say that it started to thunder, so I'll just do weather thunder. Of course, you have to wait for this in survival. But if we switch the weather to thunder, and we also have a channeling trident. I think you can see where this is going. If we now strike a red mushroom rather, with a lightning bolt, there you go. So the red mushroom was just converted into a brown mushroom. I can demonstrate on this guy as well. There you go. So brown mushroom comes up, and the interesting thing is, not only can we convert the red mushrooms to brown mushrooms, we can also convert the brown mushrooms back into red mushrooms. So that is pretty cool. There was also a new mechanic discovered with these brown mushroom cows, and that mechanic is that they can actually eat flowers, and then instead of giving you the normal mushroom stew, like normal mushroom cows do, they will actually give you a suspicious stew with the effect of the flower applied. So for instance, if I feed this guy a wither rose, you saw the particles come up right there, and then right click him, we have a suspicious stew that will now give us the wither effect. So if I eat this, you'll see, there we go. Got the wither effect for a couple of seconds. And yeah, after that, he basically goes back to giving out mushroom stew once again. So we can test it again with some other ones. So Azure Blue A, if we feed him that one, get the suspicious stew that gets us blindness. There we go. So yeah, that gives us blindness for a couple of seconds. And then likewise with the blue orchid, we feed this guy the blue orchid, and then get a suspicious stew from him. This gives us saturation. So that is a new way to get suspicious stew in survival, and you can get a whole bunch of different types of them from these brown mushroom cows. The same effect also works on brown mushroom cow babies. So if I just go ahead and these two guys produce a baby here, and I feed this baby a, let's say, wither rose. There we go. So he has the effect now, and now when this guy grows up, let me just pump him full of wheat here, he will maintain that same effect. So he will give us the suspicious stew with the wither effect. So let's just keep pumping this guy full of wheat, and he should grow up any minute now. Let's just get out a bunch of bowls here. So let's follow him around until he grows up. There he goes. Okay, and then suspicious stew. And if we get ourselves some hunger here, you should see that this will give us the wither effect. So let's just see if we can get this taken down here. There we go. We got some hunger now, so we'll just stop that effect. And there you go. A few other things which I did not show in the previous snapshot video. First of all, the fox offspring will now trust you intuitively. Before they didn't really do that. And you can see here the two adults are sort of scurrying about, whereas the offspring is more trusting of you and isn't sort of panicking as you're nearby. So yeah, that is something that is a little bit different, and glad to see that fixed in this week's snapshot. Some more info about the invisibility changes. The invisibility changes affect a lot of mobs, including phantoms. So phantoms can no longer see you when you're under the potion of invisibility from any distance unless you attack the phantom. So that's going to be very useful at night in 1.14. Another mob which is no longer able to see you when you're under the potion of invisibility is the Wither. So you can see this guy is actually going away from me, not tracking me at all because I am totally invisible. So yeah, that is also another huge buff to the potion of invisibility. I showed previously that the Wither Rose can now only be placed on certain blocks, including dirt variants, podzol, and netherrack. However, it is also able to be placed onto soul sand as well. Another minor texture change in this snapshot is that colored glass has changed textures. It is now much more representative of the default texture than it was previously. So it previously had the old glass texture, but now that has been updated. And that is true of the colored glass blocks as well as the colored glass pane. So you can see here, these now have essentially the same texture, except that one is just colored slightly differently. So yeah, that's a pretty nice change there. Finally, a few more minor changes. Zombie horses and skeleton horses have gotten some retextures here. So you can see the new texture here. You got the zombie horse with the ribs just sticking out there, and then the skeleton horse looking a little bit more menacing as well. In addition to that, we have sweet berries, which can now burn. So if I just clear a little spot here, plant down a few of these, and let's go ahead and get out a flint and steel. You can see if I light these on fire like this, they should start to burn. Yep, there they go. Yep, they're getting deleted and definitely burning up, whereas previously they did not do that. And finally, you can also hit F3 plus T to reload your resource pack now, and that will basically pause the game. You can look around a little bit, and it will flash the Mojang logo as well. So if I just go ahead and do that right there, you can see it's reloading resource packs. I can sort of look around a little bit, and then, yeah, it comes right back up and says reloaded resource packs. So, yeah, that is also another little interesting change there. So that's pretty crazy. By the way, some weird stuff happens if you get rid of your HUD and do that. So if I do this here, you can see it loading in the upper left-hand corner there. Flashes the Mojang screen, and then it comes right back. So that's kind of an interesting quirk. I'm not really sure if that is, like, intended or not, but that's what happens. Anyways, that's going to be it for me from this snapshot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed. See you guys next time.